All right, so here's the deal. We're at 5 cities tonight. We're going to 5 cities. One of those has the midnight sun. And that probably is this one because it's like 10 o'clock at night and the sun has not gone down and it doesn't look like it's going to be going down either. But here's the thing. Going to 5 cities in one night, that seems rather impossible. Unless it's a metaphor. So I'm suspecting strongly that these pods down there, these weird looking alien buildings, have something to do with the answer to this challenge I have been given. So let's go take a look, eh? Christian Gluckner, what is this that we're standing in front of, this strange looking assemblage of what appear to be alien buildings?
Well, it's not alien, it's artwork, and I'm here at the university and I'm doing research on how to communicate about environmental problems, and this is one of our ways to try it out. What we're standing in front of are 5 geodesic domes connected by tunnels. So you go through it, and in each of the domes you can experience the air quality of one city of the earth. So we start with Trondheim, and then you go to London, and from London you go directly to New Delhi, and afterwards Beijing, and then Sao Paulo, and then you're back in Trondheim. The artist Michael Pinsky was coming and visiting us once a month for a year, and we discussed ideas and we discussed research findings, and in the end this is what came out of it.
Brilliant. Can I meet this fellow, this Michael Pinsky?
Yeah, he promised to be here. Okay. So he will be here any minute, I guess.
All right then. Well, here I am in front of the entrance. The artist Michael Pinsky is not here yet, so I thought I would talk to one of the entourage or something. What's your name? What are you all about?
My name is Laura Sommer, and I'm doing the PhD around this project, and I'm also the project manager. So I've been curating this artwork and getting everything together so that it's actually standing right in front of you.
Fantastic. And so there are 5 cities in these domes. Each of these domes is a separate city. So could you tell me what's your favorite city?
I think it's more like what is my least favorite city. Okay. Because like whenever I walk in, I definitely know that I don't want to walk into New Delhi or Beijing because they just make me cough.
Why don't we go to your least favorite cities?
Let's go to Beijing then.
Fantastic. Let's go to Beijing. Do I need a visa? So tell me what it is about the Beijing's air that just made you fall in love with the city.
Maybe the rotten eggs.
The rotten eggs?
Yeah, because we needed to mimic the sulfur smell.
And what else have you added to this air?
We have added, in this case, burnt coal, because there's coal fire plants in front of the... Yeah, you're already feeling it, right?
Yeah,
me too.
A wee bit.
Yeah.
Please carry on.
Yeah. There's the coal fire plants in front of the city which deliver the energy, the power to the city. They have lots of them. And then there's also wood that is being burned by the citizens because they don't have much money and they use the wood for heating. Yeah. So that is combining and like making a really nasty air in the city. Can we just move on to Sao Paulo?
Let's go to Sao Paulo.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Michael.
Oh.
Hey, there he is, following us like a stalker.
Hi.
Michael, how's it going?
Yeah, good. It's wet tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, a wee bit. I'm glad that we're indoors.
So, well, I've been working with the environmental psychology unit at NTNU, so Laura, who you've just been speaking with, and they've been interested in some time in how artworks can change people's perception of climate change, and a lot of my work is about issues to do with the environment and the ecology. And I was particularly interested in this idea of assessing whether my work does actually have an impact, because you make this work and you actually never know whether it does.
I know that feeling.
So this is like a unique opportunity to actually have a team of people study whether or not it really does have an impact. So that's what attracted me in the first place. So I was interested in working with something that affects a lot of people every day, both in the East and in the West. And I live in London, and pollution is something that I deal with on a daily basis.
Why don't we actually go take a look at London, because we're talking about it.
I'll wipe my glasses. It's dripping on top of us here.
All right.
And then here, it's probably at the end of the day and the diesel smell's not as strong as it was earlier on. It's starting to weaken off again. But this is primarily a kind of coldish London day with the smell of diesel. I mean, we can see here that we've got an air quality index of 72, and in Europe, you shouldn't exceed 40. Right. So 40 is an acceptable amount of pollutants in the air. This is an average of things like particulate matter, nitric oxide, carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, and ozone as well, all mixed together to give you this air pollution index.
Right.
And as long as that's less than 40, you're kind of okay.
Now, an art installation like this, because I know this is one of the clean rooms, is it actually safe to do an art installation like this? I mean, because you've got a lot of somewhat toxic stuff coming out of the air.
Yeah, so we're not pushing out the carbon monoxide and the nitric oxide, so they're the real killers.
What on the screen is different from the other cities, particularly the last one we were in, Trondheim?
Yeah, so you'll find in Trondheim that the air pollution index was much, much lower. I forget, but it's like 20 or something, you know, so it's very, very safe. Here, it's already saying take it easy when you go outdoors, you know, don't, for example, go jogging in the streets. Don't jog too hard because you'll inhale too much of these pollutants, so that's fairly bad already. So now we're off to New Delhi.
New Delhi, all right then.
Which is really quite horrific. You can see an apocalyptic.
Air-apocalyptic, I like it. My kind of pun.
And our air pollution index is 340. But, I mean, there's been times in New Delhi where it's gone over 1,000. So when you think that the safe limit is 40, and this is a massive city with millions of people living in it, where it peaks at over 1,000 sometimes, this is really catastrophic.
Right.
Children in New Delhi, about 50% of them have stunted lung development, and their lungs don't grow properly, and that's something you can never recover from. So if they've been brought up in Delhi until the age of 10, and even if they move somewhere like Norway, they will always have lungs that have never grown properly, and that's due to the pollution in New Delhi.
So this is the worst room?
Yeah, I would say this is the worst room, and it's worse during the day than it is now, but you're getting the easy version.
Well, I'm already short of my breath, so.
And so this is Mike and Chris
Yeah, I know
here.
you guys. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, good
So
to see
Nice to meet you here in China.
you. Yeah. Beijing in the winter as well.
Yeah.
I had the idea of having it in domes, and then I was particularly interested in the geodesic dome because of Buckminster Fuller, who designed them, and he talked a lot about ecology and the kind of the way the world is all connected together and how we need to take care of the world back in the 50s and 60s. So in a way, it's a homage to Buckminster Fuller in terms of the structure. So I was looking up domes, and then I came across Build with Hubs, which is their company, and I really liked the idea that people buy just the hubs and then they make the rest of the dome themselves.
Are you planning to bring this to other places?
Well, we definitely going to tour it in Norway, to Oslo, certainly, hopefully Bergen. Planning to bring it to London. We've still got to work on that. Of course, Austria. We'd love to bring it to Austria.
Please.
And I'm also, I've done quite a lot of work in China, and I've been discussing it with the British Council in China about bringing it to Beijing, which would be great.
Well, thanks for the tour.
Yeah, thanks.